So if you've ever received a letter like this from the IRS, you're probably freaking out. You're wondering what's happening, what it's about. Let me tell you what it is. LT11 is the big bad boy. And LT11 is the final notice before they levy your bank account or garnish your wages. If you don't respond within 30 days, they're going to freeze your bank account, and after 21 days, they'll freeze it. You can't access the money at all. 21 days later, they will drain the money from that account. This is a big deal. This is because you've ignored the IRS for months. They've been contacting you with collection letters for months and haven't gotten any sort of response. A levy is kind of their last resort. Like I said, LT11 and also letter 1058, these are the big bad boys. Now, the IRS has not been sending these out for about 4 years. They took a break during COVID to give taxpayers relief. They've just turned back on the spigot. LT11s are coming fast and furious. I've talked to 5 people in the last week and a half who've received an LT11 and they're freaked out. Now don't get stressed out. This is fixable. Now meet Robert W. He received the very same letter, an LT11. Robert was sent an LT11 because he had ignored the IRS literally for months as they tried to collect from him. They sent him notice after notice on his tax debt and he'd not responded, not done anything. So then they pulled out the big bad boy and sent him the LT11, saying we're going to levy your account in 30 days. He could have tried to handle this by himself, but honestly, let's be honest, at this point, handling it by yourself is not really an option. The IRS has said they're going to levy your account or garnish your wages. So that's when Robert called Cotts Law and we got involved. Immediately we filed our power of attorney on this case so that the IRS know we're on the case, we're handling it. Then we filed the necessary documents to put the levy on hold, push it back, forestall it, while we can work out a plan to get Robert back in good graces, back in compliance. Now Robert has massive penalties and interest on his debt. Like I said, he's been ignoring this for a long time. He has massive penalties and interest. We're going to work on abatement of that penalty and interest, see if we can get abated, and ultimately probably work out an installment agreement to help Robert pay this off on his own terms. When I work out an installment agreement for you with the IRS, I'm the one managing your cash flow, not the IRS. And you don't want the IRS managing your cash flow. And I said that about 7 times. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to share exactly what you should do if you receive an LT11 from the IRS. My name is Daniel Cotts. I'm a licensed tax attorney. I help people in all 50 states fix their IRS tax problems and move on with their lives. I make videos like this informing the public what to do to help cure their tax ailments or issues. Unfortunately, most people, when they receive a letter like this from the IRS, they just put their head in the sand. They go to the ostrich method, as I call it, put their head in the sand hoping it'll go away. The IRS never goes away, and this is not the time to put your head in the sand. This is serious. Look, when you receive an LT11 from the IRS, you need to take it seriously. The LT11 is sent to people who've been ignoring the IRS for several months or years in their collection efforts, and they're about to have their bank accounts levied. Section 6331 of the tax code states that if any person fails or neglects to pay their taxes, they can have their bank account levied. The IRS can literally take your money to satisfy your tax debt. Okay, if you receive one of these letters from the IRS, we're going to go over what you need to do next. The first thing to do is to contact a qualified tax professional. The time to think about it or not, I'm not sure if I want to do this, that's passed. If you don't respond within 30 days of the date of the letter, the IRS is going to freeze your account. 21 days later, they will drain the money from that account. The next thing you're going to want to do is to work out with that tax professional how you're going to handle the situation. This has got to be addressed in one way or another. And most tax professionals have a myriad of options that they can suggest. Any good qualified tax professional is going to file what's called a collection due process hearing notice and immediately stop that levy, forestall the levy, get it pushed back, give them time to work out a solution. Then you need to figure out how you're going to address the problem. Now, depending on your individual facts and circumstances, you might be eligible for an offer in compromise. This is the IRS golden goose. It's the ability to settle your tax debt for a portion or even a fraction of what you owe. It depends strictly on your financial situation. If you have the money to pay the IRS or have significant equity in property, you won't qualify. But if you don't, you might be eligible for the offer program. Your qualified tax professional can help you figure that out. If you can afford to make monthly payments on your tax debt, your tax professional can help you set up an installment agreement that helps pay off the IRS over time on your schedule. And as long as you're paying the IRS on a monthly basis, that's going to preclude any sort of future levy. If you can't afford to make monthly payments, your tax professional can help you get put into a CNC, or currently not collectible. What this means is the IRS can't do anything to you, can't take any collection actions, they can't do anything, can't levy, nothing, can't garnish your wages. No, it's not a permanent solution. The IRS will look at this typically every 2 to 3 years. They want to make sure you haven't won the lottery or make sure your circumstances haven't changed. If they change, then you'll work on an installment agreement. So if you have more questions, contact my law firm in the description or check out the rest of my content. No matter where you're located across the U.S., I can help you get the IRS off your back, out of your life. Contact Cotts today. Let's start building a defense against the IRS.